Hi, glad to have you back for our third counting lesson. You should first watch the two previous videos, counting from 1 to 10 and counting from 11 to 20. You will find them in our YouTube channel and also on our touchuffire.com website under the letters F and N. In this video, you are going to learn to count from 21 to 40. But first let's look at what we learned in previous two counting video lessons. As part of the letter F on our website, you hopefully did the first counting lesson. You learned the shapes of the numbers 0 to 10 and you learned to count and sing the numbers from 1 through to 10. I hope you remember what you have learned because we will use these numbers a lot in the next lessons. In the second counting lesson, we started by putting the 10 red balls into a glass tube, one ball for each letter you learned in the first counting lesson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is one red ball for each of the 10 fingers on your two hands. The second counting lesson was part of the letter N on our website and you learned to count from 11 to 20 by adding blue balls to a second glass tube. As we added the balls, we counted them from 11 to 20. Let's count them again, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and then 20. The 10 red balls plus 10 blue balls gave us 20 balls in total. If you know this from the previous two lessons, it now becomes easy to count the next 10 numbers and then the next 10 until we come to the number 100. Jelly beans are a lot nicer than balls, so I have put 10 red jelly beans from our first lesson in the tall box on the first step. I am now adding the 10 blue beans from our second lesson into a box on the second step. We have 10 red beans and 10 blue beans, which gives us 20 beans in total. This is where we left off at the end of our second counting lesson. Let's continue with this lesson 3 and do the next set of numbers. It's now much easier. I am adding a new box on the third step. I am now adding one black bean. We now have 20 plus 1 beans. What do we call that new number? We don't call it 20 plus 1, that's too long. We just call it 21. We just don't say the word plus. It's just 21, but we all know that it is 20 plus 1 extra bean. If we add another bean, how many do we have? 20 plus 2, and we just say 22. So, we started with 20 beans, we added 1 and we had 21 beans, we just added another, and we have 22 beans. Add the next one and we have 23 beans, and we keep adding one bean at a time and count. We count 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. These are all words we have already learned. Do you see how easy it is to count from 21 to 29? Now we need a new word for the next number. Let's add the next bean. We have 20 plus 10 beans, but we can't say 20 plus 10 or 20, 10, it's too long and just doesn't sound right. We say we now have 30 beans. And we write 30 with a 3 and a 0. The word 30 sounds a bit like the number 3. 3 with a 0 is how we write our new friend, number 30. That's not so difficult. We now have 30 beans. I will add a new box on the fourth step. If we add one gold bean, how many will we have? 30 plus 1, but as you now know, we just say 31. Add one more. And we have 32. One more gives us 33, and we keep adding one bean at a time and count. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. These are all words we have already learned. Now for a new word. Let's add the next bean. We don't say we have 30 plus 10 beans or 10 beans. We have a new word for 30 plus 10 beans. We say we now have 40 beans. And we write 40 with a 4 and a 0. 40 sounds like the number 4 we already know. 4 with a 0 is our new friend, 40. That's not so difficult. The next lesson will continue from the number 40 until we eventually reach 100. Until next time, goodbye.